Halfshelltoys, rocking that flipping history. Nostalgia's where it's at, I can prove it, come on in here.
Hey everybody, it's Monday. Welcome back. We had a few sales over the weekend, and I'll take it. 7 orders, 8 items. For the way it's been the last few months, that's great. So our first item that we sold was this sugar and cream set. And I believe they're called milk glass or depression glass, I believe. They're pretty nice. They don't have any chips or nicks. And these sold for $7.19. Total for the buyer was $16.79. They're glass. They're going to take a lot of extra packing. They're going to be a little bit heavier, so that they had to pay up for the shipping on these things. And then the next item was this 1990 Bucky O'Hare figure. He's got his little gun in there. He's in really good shape. And Hasbro made these in 1990. He sold for $15.38 plus shipping. So he was $22.86 for the buyer. The next item, or the next 2 items, so these were bought together, are these melts. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle ice cream sickles, I guess, or popsicles. They're plastic. You know, they're just to remind you of the ice creams that we used to eat as a kid. And they sold for $22.48 plus shipping, so $37.22 shipped. They'll be going together, so we'll probably shoot a few dollars back to the buyer to save them on combined shipping. So that was a pretty good sale. These came from the lot that we've been working on over the last few days. The next item was actually a Christmas item. So keep posting your Christmas stuff year-round because people buy it year-round. This is a set of Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus candle huggers. So they go on the candles like that. This was originally $1, brand new. It's definitely vintage. It does have a barcode, so that dates it. It's not super old. But it sold for $17.99 plus shipping. The buyer paid $26.50 for these. So that's really cool. That was a great sell. And then the next items, I'm going to have to gather them up here, so I will be right back. The next items that sold was this Call of Duty 2 game for the GameCube. And it's in great condition. It has the manual and the disc. And this game sold for $9 plus shipping. It'll just go in a padded envelope and be shipped off. The next item that we sold was this Bald Eagle beer stein. And it's in great condition with the box. The box has a little tear right here. But besides that, everything's in great shape. And it sold for $10 plus shipping. Now, these are really heavy. Total paid by the buyer for this was $31.38. So that kind of tells you they spent a hefty penny on getting this shipped to them. Over $20. That's crazy. There might be some taxes in there too. So shipping may have been like $18, $19 on that, which is nuts. So the next item is this 2019 Starbucks cup. I used to buy these all the time for like 50 cents to $1. I just don't think I'm going to do it anymore. Or at least until shipping costs go down, because they're just not selling. And I was surprised this one sold, because I hadn't sold but one other mug all winter, which is odd. And it has to be because shipping costs. Because this cost the buyer, I sold it for $7.64. But it cost the buyer $20.49 to get this cup. And that's probably about what this cup was brand new. Maybe a little bit less. So I'm going to guess that this cup was probably either $19.99 or $21.99, around in there somewhere. But, geez, shipping costs are out of control. And I wish they would come down, because I have a feeling if shipping costs were half of what they are, things would be flying out of my store. It's just ridiculous how much it costs to ship something. So those were the items that we sold over the weekend. Decent weekend. you know, like I said, for the market the way it's been. So I'll take it. And we've been working our butts off since Thursday night. And we've got a lot of toys to list. We've got close to 1,500 items out of this lot. And it's toys, comic books, and movie posters. So be keeping your eyes out for the videos that'll be dropping here on YouTube for revealing this lot to everybody. It's probably going to be at least a 3-part series. Part 1 is out right now, and I'll link it to this video. By the time this video comes out, part 2 may already be out. So head on over, watch those, help us with our watch hours. We'll be back with you guys tomorrow if we have more sales. Fingers crossed we do. So we'll see you then. Hey everybody, it's Tuesday, March 25th, and we had 4 sales overnight. And our first item we sold was 3 of these door handles. Now, I got these door handles for free from a nonprofit. They took in a bunch of donations to do a yard sale. And at the end of the yard sale, they couldn't store everything. So I had purchased some stuff from them at their yard sale. I actually made a big purchase, like over $1,000 purchase from their yard sale. And then I noticed that they had all these up for free the day after their yard sale. So I went and grabbed them. There was almost 1,000 of these that were in cases of 6. So these, 0. I got them for free. Just the gas money to go get them and bring them home, I guess. But so we sold 3 of these for $13.47, and the buyer paid a total of $29.41 shipped for these. So we'll probably keep a little bit of the shipping costs. So that'll probably put us somewhere between like $4.50 to $5 a piece, which is I'm fine with. These retail for like $10 to $12 in store, so not bad. I priced them really low so they'll sell fast, and we've probably sold, I want to say 30 of them since I listed them last summer. So that's fine with me. They're up in the loft and they're not taking up a lot of space. And every time I sell some, it's pure profit. So the next thing we sold was this Aliens lunchbox. It's not vintage. It's from 2014. But it's in really good condition. It has one little dent right there that I put in the ad. And it's also got its thermos. So I was surprised by how much these actually go for. I think we listed this for $49.99, and then it was 10% off. So it sold for $44.99. The buyer paid $67.11 for this shipped to their place. That was a great sale. And then we had a couple of action figures that we sold as well. We sold this battle damaged Earthworm Jim figure. And he's from 1995. He's missing a chest piece here that shoots out with this button on his back. And he's missing all of his accessories but one. I have his gun. And he sold, even though he's missing a lot of stuff, this one usually, and he's got some wear too. I mean, he's got some discoloring, and he's got some wear, paint wear on his head and his arms and stuff. Even though he's not in perfect condition, missing stuff, he still went for $14. I think I had him listed for $17.99 and took an offer for $14. So the buyer paid $22.19 for this item. Most of the time his head's broke off because his neck is really thin. And actually I had one in the lot, just the regular Earthworm Jim. His neck had broke. So I just threw him away. I'll be listing the accessories. But so that one sold for $14. And then the second action figure that we sold is another Bucky O'Hare. And it's this Toad figure. He's in really good condition. The paint is really nice on him. He's got a little bit of wear on his feet. But other than that, he's in really good shape. I don't think he's complete. I do have his gun. I do have a gun for him. So he might be complete, but it just looks like he can take some stuff on his back. Maybe that's just an area for his gun to attach when you're not wanting to use it. Maybe. But so he sold for $17 plus shipping, and I think I had him listed for $19.99. Took an offer on him for $17. So the buyer paid $25.32 shipped for this item. Now that is everything that we sold in the last 24 hours. I'm really surprised. It's starting to look like sales are starting to pick up. I've had Saturday, I had 7 sales. Sunday, I had nothing. And then Monday, I had 4. So I hope this continues. It'd be nice to have another 4 or 5 sales today. But we'll see. If we check in tomorrow, then we sold something. So I'm going to probably take the rest of the day off. I haven't listed anything yet, so I'll probably list a few items this evening. But I'm going to take the rest of the day off. I got to go to some hardware stores, get some supplies to do some work around the property while the weather's nice. It's like 72 degrees today in Oregon. It was like 75 yesterday, so that's really rare this time of year. So I got to take advantage of that, get the yard mowed, get some weeds sprayed and that kind of stuff. So hopefully we'll see you guys back tomorrow. Hey everybody, it's Friday, and we had no sales on Tuesday, but we did have one sale on Wednesday, and it was this Super Mario action figure. This is Toad. This came from the Mega Haul toy lot that we just bought. And it sold for $9, and total shipped was just under 16 bucks. So that sold on Wednesday. And then Thursday we had some sales. So let's go ahead. This is what sold Thursday. This is a Fortnite figure, Condor. And this is also from the Mega Toy Haul that we had last week. It sold for 20 bucks plus shipping. So the buyer paid a total of $27.25 for this item. And then the next item that we sold was actually a vintage Ninja Turtle item. And it is this vintage Rocksteady action figure with the Psycho Cycle. And it's missing a lot of parts. And Rocksteady isn't in the best of shape. It needs some cleaning. Has some paint loss and stuff. So we had this listed for like $14.99. And we took an offer on it for $11 plus shipping. And the buyer's total on this item was $21.62. And then the last item that we sold on Thursday was actually a Christmas item. We've got these miniature blow mold toy soldiers, and they've got LED lights in them, so they light up. And we took an offer on the pair. We had it listed for $35.99, I believe, for the pair, and we took an offer for $30. So this set sold for $30 plus shipping. The buyer paid a total of $41.82 shipped for these two. And these came in a lot of miniature blow molds that I bought back in the summertime. I believe there was 60 of them in the lot, and I paid 120 bucks for them all, so $2 a piece, I believe, or $100 for them all, something like that. So I'm about $2 or less into each one of these, plus the light. I think the light was like $2.50. So not bad. I'm probably making 20 bucks on selling the two. So pretty good profit for a little bit of work. Just all I did was drill a hole in the back of them and put the light in, and then you got a miniature blow mold. Perfect for city apartments and stuff like that. So a lot of them that I've been shipping have been going to cities. So I'm sure they're for apartments. They're perfect tabletop, like side table blow up too. So, and then this morning we've had 3 items sell so far, and I'm just going to go ahead and ship those today. I could ship them on Monday, according to my policies that I have for shipping, but I'm going to ship them today, and then hopefully we'll have a lot more sales over the weekend for our Monday video. Usually I try to save everything that sells on Friday through the weekend for Monday's video, but I just have a feeling that I need to get these shipped today. So fingers crossed we have a great weekend and a really nice video for Monday. So let me grab those real quick. All right, guys, so the first item that sold today for Friday was this Funko Pop. It's a Star Wars droid, and this was priced pretty low. Most Star Wars Funko Pops don't sell for very much. So it sold for $6.83. It was 10% off. And the buyer paid $14.43 shipped for the item. And the next thing, actually the next two things are a couple Fortnite figures. There's this one here. I believe this one's Silo. And he sold for $8 plus shipping. So the buyer paid $15.55 for this item. And then the last Fortnite figure that sold was Doggo and Little Treat. This one has some card damage. It's not in the best condition card-wise. Or I could have probably got a couple more dollars out of it. But I'm like $2 into this. So it sold, I took an offer on it for $8 plus shipping. And so the buyer is paying $15.05 for this item shipped. So I've been listing a lot of the lot that we got last week. I've listed close to 80 items so far. Out of that lot, there's well over 1,400 items. We figure there's somewhere in between 1,450 and 1,500 items there. So that puts our cost per item about $2. And I'm really pleased with that. Obviously, there's a lot of things in this lot that are going to sell pretty slow. And then there's some things that are really high value. Well, we have quite a few items that will sell for over $100. So I'm really happy with that. Considering those will be selling higher, I am more than comfortable letting stuff like this for $8 sit in my store until the right buyer comes around. So I'm really happy with the lot, and there's still tons of great toys to list. I've only listed a fraction of what we have so far, so there's a lot of good toys going to be hitting our store. So guys, that's it for this video. Tomorrow you guys can watch the third part of the toy haul reveal. There's a lot of good toys in part 3, so be sure to watch that and share it and like and subscribe. We lost a couple subscribers this week, so we're back down to 33 subscribers. But if you haven't subscribed yet, it's free. Hit that subscribe button and follow us on our journey in reselling and supporting our family. So thank you guys so much. We'll see you guys next week.
Nostalgia's where it's at. I can prove it. Come on in here and just take a look at it. Look no further.